Maybe some of that college stuff that he played before, junior college stuff, didn't count towards his eligibility.
Yeah, I don't know.
1, 2, because he was. Where did he go to? Mankato and then to Iowa? Is that where he went? I thought he went to Mankato and then to
He went to a junior college, but
yeah,
did he? Yeah, I
community
think
college.
did he ever? I don't know if he ever played at Mankato. Did he?
Might not have, but wasn't that where he went? Minnesota State over there. I think that's where it was. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How we doing, Luke? Oh, Luke isn't on yet.
Thanks for watching Magnum.media, KQEG TV, Channel 23, La Crescent, La Crosse, and WEZY LP, Sparta, Toma.
Welcome, everyone, to the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse tonight, where the Eagles are hosting the Warhawks of Whitewater. This is Art Fay along with Terry Erickson, bringing you a special WIAC conference game here at Division III La Crosse, where La Crosse right now is ranked 16th in the country coming into tonight's game. Platteville from the conference also ranked. They're number 15. Oshkosh is getting votes, so a tough competitive WIAC conference tonight. We're seeing the Eagles come in tonight with a 15-2 record. They are 5-2 in the conference, where the Warhawks, they're coming in 6-12 on the year and 1-6 in the conference, Terry. So we never know what happens, though, in a WIAC matchup.
We never know. I talked to Ken Dernbach about that, and he said, well, how do you like that? The team that's won 2 national championships and 8 WIAC championships is on the bottom of the conference. What does that tell you? Let's listen. I had a great chance to talk to Coach Dernbach before the game. Let's go to that interview and as he shares some things about tonight's game. Welcome to the pregame show with head coach Kent Dernbach. Well, Coach, this is the first time we ever broadcast one of your games. We're so excited about this, but you're more excited about how things are going for you so far. 15-2, only 2 losses in the conference, and you ended the first round on a very positive note.
Yeah, for us to go 5-2 in the first round, and we started off 0-1 on the road, went to the defending national champions UW-Oshkosh and dropped one there, and so for us to win 5 of our last 6 games, it was a really good testament, to on the back of starting off 10-0 in non-conference play, and now it's another test, right? We're through 7 games in league play, and now it starts the second round against a team that we escaped with a victory at their place in overtime, and UW-Whitewater coming in.
The best start for UWL basketball in 50 years. 50 years! What's your thought on that?
Yeah. As a coach, Terry, you're a coach. You still officiate. You understand. It's great. I'm sure it's something that these guys will look back on after the year is done. Hopefully, we have something a whole lot more to talk about, than that. But it's a credit to our seniors. We have 2 guys that have been in our program: Tarek Nessheim for 4 years, Luke Norsha for 5 years, and then 2 additional transfers that we brought in last year with Zach Hayes and Sam Burkhart, where they have stepped up. Right, they've stepped up into new roles after graduating and losing about 75% of our scoring and rebounding last year. It's just a huge testament to them, what they've done, and in addition to up and down our roster of them being able to step into new roles, and not only step into them, but obviously we've been able to be successful, and they've been able to be successful in those.
Well, it's a testament to your leadership too. Just a reflection back to the first time you played the Warhawks, you 84-78 win. The game was a series of spurts. You got ahead, then they came back, and in the overtime, you really took charge, outscoring them, and some key free throws down the stretch. Outscored them 13-7 in overtime. So huge win. Maybe they have a little revenge here tonight.
Well, they're a good basketball team. I mean, when you can roll out Bailey Kale, who is as good of a guard as anybody in our league, and Equan Ards is the leading scorer in the league. You have those 2 guys, plus they added in a transfer here just last week into their lineup, and they have really a dynamic freshman along with other good players. They're a good basketball team, right? Where they're sitting right now, where we're sitting, all that goes out the window when in WIAC play. It might be your first game broadcasting here, but you know this league pretty well, right? Covering it for a long time, and it's the best league in the country, and they're a really, really good team. Obviously, Coach Miller is a Hall of Fame coach, 2-time national champion, and we're going to have to play well. We're really going to have to protect our shell, keep them out of the paint, and be committed to winning on the defensive end. If we do that, then we're going to be right there, and we have a chance to protect our home court. If we don't, then advantage to Whitewater.
You've challenged your kids to get to another level in the second round. Talk about that.
Well, it's just what it is, right? I mean, 5-2 is great in the first round, but if we want to talk about being one of those teams that's in the hunt into Week 18, we have to raise our level of play because everybody else is going to raise their level of play. I mean, each and every roster has some seniors on it who are fighting and clawing, for a playoff seed to get into the WIAC tournament, for an at-large bid into the NCAA. So it's just going to be a battle, and we have to raise our level of play because everybody else is going to do that. And we constantly talk about playing our best basketball into Week 18. We're at Week 15 right now, and I believe our guys understand that where we're at right now is not our peak, and we have to make sure that we take another step forward tonight, Terry.
Well, I'm sure you will, because the leadership and what you've done so far, you have great leaders in your seniors, but it's been a team effort. Well, good luck. We're going to come back. Art and I have a few thoughts, keys to the game, here from Mitchell Hall, the Eagles versus the Warhawks. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to the Eagle Gymnasium tonight, where the University of Wisconsin La Crosse is taking on the Whitewater Warhawks. And Terry, we got two teams that are coming in here tonight. And in the first contest between these two teams, it was a dandy, went into overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Went into overtime, and the game was full of spurts, like Coach Sternbach just talked about. UWL would get ahead, and then all of a sudden they were not able to complete the process, so the Warhawks came back, and then finally in overtime, UWL dominated 13-5 in points and went away with a huge win at Whitewater.
Well, the Eagles come in 15-2, ranked 16th in the country. Tells you right away they're a pretty good ball club. What else do we know about the team?
Well, here's what we know about UWL. Best start in 50 years of first Indian basketball, now Eagle basketball. That's what we know about UWL. We know that they love to play and win at home because that's where they excel under Kent Dernbach's leadership. And we know that they lead the league in three-point shooting. They lead the league in holding opponents to 40% for field goals and 30% from the three-point line. So we know that their identity is defense.
And they come into this game, they got a pretty balanced scoring attack.
Yeah, they really do. And that's what Coach Sternbach likes about the team, the fact that they're unselfish, because several players can lead scoring in various games. Wyatt Cook had 26 last time these teams played together against each other, 12 points a game. Ethan Anderson scoring in double figures. Neshine is. So in talking to him, it's just incredible the number of games where different people assume the scoring leadership.
Well, you look at the Warhawks, they come in here, they got a highly successful coach in Pat Miller. His 19th year, he's got 2 national championships under his belt.
Yeah, and he's got besides that, he's got 6 WIAC championships in his 19th year. I know him because I was at the WBCA, Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association banquet when he was inducted. So, I mean, he's certainly really well known and respected. This year, not to where he has been in the past, but look out. This is the beginning of the second round of these teams playing in the WIAC. So he could bounce from the bottom to the top by the time the season's over with the regular season at the end of February.
Well, you take a look at this lineup, too, for the Warhawks. They got a familiar name on there for La Crosse basketball fans coming from La Crosse Central.
Came from La Crosse Central. No, started at the Boys and Girls Club, went to La Crosse Central, then went to Kirkwood Community College in Iowa and played. Was enrolled at Viterbo for 1 semester, and then didn't play there, and then transferred to Whitewater. I talked to him during the football season. He was excited then. He said, "Do you think there'll be a lot of people watching me when we come to La Crosse and play at Mitchell Hall?" I said, "I didn't know we were going to broadcast then, but I said, I'll guarantee you I'll be here." And who would know? We're here at courtside. I didn't think I would be. But, hey, how about this? The local favorite from La Crosse Central, a sophomore, versus the surrounding area favorite, and that's, of course, Ethan Anderson, leading the Eagles in scoring with 15. So there's certainly a lot of community members here as you look around coming here to watch those two players.
Bailey Kale, and he's a musician.
Yes.
A little sidebar on Bailey Kale. He likes writing his own music, playing the guitar. But he's not the leading scorer, second leading scorer for the team.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of scoring there, too. Equan Arts, who really torched the Eagles last time on January 15th, along with Bailey Kale, and that's it will be part when we get to the keys of the game. He is a threat, along with Briante Hunt scores a lot. I can get that. Brianjay, I should say, 11 points a game, and we talked about Bailey Kale at 15 points a game. Not as many purebred scorers for Whitewater as we have seen through the years.
You know, I've been at a few games here for UWL, and watching them play, one thing is interesting. They can get mighty hot from the three-point line.
Yeah, and that's where they excel, no question about it. And that's I'm sure that's part of the game plan here for both teams is defending or getting open for the three-point shot.
Well, maybe you had mentioned it, so maybe you should go to it. Keys to tonight's game.
I think for UWL, it's protect your home turf. I mean, they've had so much success here at Mitchell Hall, and you can see the numbers here tonight, more than I've seen at a game forever. So to showcase their talent in front of their home fans. School started 2 days ago, so a lot of students back, and there have been 80% winning here. A lot of our fans and our viewers didn't know that 80% in the last 2 years winning here. Continue their defensive excellence. In other words, protect the house, protect the gap, protect the shell, and rebound and take care of the ball. Go inside. The first time they played them on January 15th, they really won the battle in the paint. And then finally, as we talked about, contain the penetration of Equan Arts and Bailey Kale. The last time those guys got to the rim many more times than what Coach Dernbach wanted to see.
You know, you look at some of the notes that they get here from athletic information director David Johnson, and he does a great job. Eagles won 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams, but you never know in the WIAC what's going to happen.
With Dave Vandermeulen, the head coach for 30 years, and he's still a big part of the program even though he's retired. I mean, there was a time where the Whitewater just dominated. I remember it was Eau Claire and Whitewater. Those were the two big teams, and you remember those days too.
Yep.
And so now the Eagles have kind of taken control a little bit of this matchup.
All right. We're getting close to the opening tip-off of tonight's game. University of Wisconsin lacrosse against the Whitewater Warhawks. We'll be back right after this on the KQEG Game of the Week.
We are driven. We are active. We are engaged. This is who we are. We are Eagles. Join us at the University of Wisconsin Lacrosse.
Tie game, 10 seconds to go. Here's the inbound. Almost turns it over, but a great rebound. 8 seconds to go. Puts the defender in the spin cycle. Here's the jumper at the buzzer. It's good! Chef wins the game!
Chef, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
The Rollo Taylor Spaghetti fundraising dinner for the men's basketball program, Saturday, February 22nd after the game.
Mix 96 and 107.3 Lacrosse, Reed and Chelsea with you. Valentine's Day coming up here, guys. Chelsea?
Yes. So, since it's Valentine's Day, I think it would be very good to say things that we love about each other. You go first.
Okay. In all honesty, you're very patient. I like your eyes.
Okay. I like that you warm up my seat in the morning in the studio, if you know what I'm saying.
Mix 96 and 107.3 Lacrosse.
Warhawks are taking on the Eagles. Starting lineups, Bailey Kale. Number 15 is Bronte Hunt. He's a sophomore from Milwaukee Bayview. Number 21, Austin Gates from Bartlett, Illinois. Number 23, Quan Ards, a junior from Milwaukee Hamilton. And number 25, Riley Jensen from Milton, Janesville, Craig, and he's a senior.
Yeah, I would say Jack Braun will probably get some good playing time along with James Burks for this Warhawk team, coached by Pat Miller.
Wood, University of Missouri.
Yeah, and Ken Dernbach, the head coach. Kenny Finkel, who played here for Kenny Cable, an assistant, along with Mike Moshik. Now, what a name from Bangor, Wisconsin, coached in the ABA, and you remember watching him coach at the lacrosse center,
yep.
Of course.
CBA conference, he did a nice job there.
The officials here assigned by the WAC, Steve Ludke throwing the ball up, Jason Nickleby, and Matt Mashi. These guys worked for me a little bit of a turbo, so let's hope they're up to this challenge like we are and the players, huh? This will be a fun game.
All right, UWL basketball brought to you by Anderson Financial. Tonight's game being sponsored in part by Anderson Financial Securities and investment advisory services offered through Equitable Advisors. Member FINRA, SIPC. Anderson Financial, Equitable Advisors, and its affiliates do not provide tax or legal advice. Anderson Financial in Black River Falls. And here we go. Lob pass underneath.
Set play right out of the blocks, and Bailey Kale a little bit off on that pass inside.
Whoa, from downtown, Zach Hayes.
Zach Hayes averaging 11 points a game from Wrightstown. And of course, we talked about in the pregame their three-point shooting efficiency. Let's hope we see that here tonight.
The Eagles off to a 3-0 start. Pass cross, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Warhawk ball.
See, this is the most fans I have seen at a UWL game in a long time.
Well,
this
they're
is exciting.
Coming in, 16th ranked in the country. All right, Warhawks in the dark blue tonight, or purple.
Eagles play a little bit like Virginia does in that pack line defense.
Kick back out, a three-pointer's on the way. Off the back bracket, cleared out by the Eagles. Over to the left side, and that's Anderson again. Back out on top.
Norshaw controls this team as the senior point guard.
There's a top shot off the top. Mount Horeb product missing that one.
Norshaw and Nesheim on Seven Rivers Sports next week. We'll talk about that. Oh, nice pass.
Quick pass.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure Bailey Kale knew where he was going to throw it to when he left his feet, but he certainly found a wide open teammate, Beyonce Hunt, averaging 11 points a game.
Yeah, Bailey Kale, teammate of Kobe King at Central High School when they went through.
Should we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I got some insight into that. So
that'll be good. Hunt with the first one. Gets the Warhawks on the scoreboard.
Sub right away, too, number 24, Jack Brom in. 6'5" from Bayside, Glendale, Nicolette.
3-1's the score. Anderson.
Good spacing.
Norshaw.
Good spacing by the Eagles. Again, against that Warhawk man-to-man.
Nice pass underneath.
Oh, I like that. Kent Dernbach liked it too. Good unselfish pass inside using that bounce pass. Only way he could have gotten it. Did your coach emphasize in high school, use that bounce pass? Did he talk to you a lot about that?
Oh, yeah. But the two-headed chest pass, bounce pass, all those good things.
You think Stockton and Malone used that bounce pass a little bit in the two-man game when they played? Remember those names?
Oh, yeah. Tarek Nesheim hits the first of two free throws. 4-1 Eagles. Drills the second one.
Nesheim double figures. 10 straight games for the Eagles.
Rarely see a zone at this level.
Yeah, you never do. You're right. Even in the women's game, they don't play zone. They just play man to man. Oh yeah.
Bailey Kale with the left-handed shot.
You know, he drew that by basically leaning into the defense, and he did that, of course, a lot at La Crosse Central.
Luke Norshaw gets a foul. That's his first foul, second of the team.
Luke Norshaw, senior, again was on our shows, averaging 7 points a game. What a Great young man he is. I just enjoyed the interview with him.
Bailey Kale. He's averaging about 15 points a game.
Big part of the Central Red Raider run all 4 years he was there.
Whoa, that was from way out. That had 25 feet out. Tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles.
Coach Sternbeck didn't have much reaction to that, so maybe he's got the green light from out there, huh?
Wow.
Zach Hayes, 43 for 107 and three-point line at 40%. That's pretty good.
Yep. Pretty good size on the floor here tonight for both these clubs as far as height.
Speaking of height, look at how he uses his height. He missed the shot, but he really backs down well.
Kale, a natural left-hander. Boy, either hand he feels really comfortable with. Whoa, just a back step, and there he goes.
He shoots like I used to shoot. Only I.
You told him that, and he kind of looked at you kind of funny, didn't he?
He makes them, though. I didn't always make them from that far out.
So it's 6-3 visitors. Bailey Kale pushing up court again.
See what he does. 1 versus 3, and he wisely steps back and swings the ball.
Working around the perimeter as he's trying to get it into the big guys. And we got a whistle.
Ooh, illegal screen. You know, one of the points of emphasis in the NC2A, and I think it should be applicable to high school too, and that is the illegal screen. And you know, that's one of the responsibilities of a 3-person crew. The C, opposite the trail in the lead, looks for illegal screens.
Riley Jensen with the foul. His first, team second. Ethan Anderson, the leading scorer with the ball, trying to go in lane, kicks it out. Wyatt Cook, the big 6'6" kid, backing down.
Look at him, how he backs him down.
And a little layup there, he can't finish it.
You know what? Well defended by Briante Hunt, though, at 6'5". He did a nice job staying vertical, didn't he?
Kale back behind, right, the free throw line, behind the back dribble to get himself free.
You know what? He elevated way over Norsha, didn't he? Norsha had no chance at that.
Bailey Kale already got himself 7 points in his first half.
Think there's a little more intensity in his.
I think so. A little spring in his step tonight.
A little adrenaline knowing he's back in lacrosse.
I think so.
I think so too.
Down to Cook. Here we go again, backing it down.
Yeah, he drew the foul. Yeah.
Wyatt Cook, the junior from Pewaukee at 6'6". He can be aggressive inside.
He had 26 points January 15 when these two teams played at Whitewater.
Timeout on the floor. 8-5. Whitewater leading the Eagles. Back after this on KQEG's Game of the Week.
We are driven. We are active. We are engaged. This is who we are. We are Eagles. Join us at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Welcome back. Free throws being shot now by Wyatt Cook after the timeout.
He's a big kid, 6'6", junior from Pewaukee. I remember him as a all-star playing in the summer all-star games.
He's averaging 12 points a game, 6 rebounds. He gets his share of points and rebounds.
Yeah, he can step out too, hit the three, pretty versatile.
Drops them both. 8-7, 1-point game. Warhawk lead.
You can see who the captain of the ship here is for the Warhawks.
Right
he
now
brings
you
the
can.
ball up the floor. He directs, doesn't he? He's the quarterback of the team. Had a nice discussion with him about his life in Whitewater here before the game.
Liking it?
He is.
Driving lane shot goes up. That's number 24, Jack Brom.
Jack Brom started earlier in the season averaging 5 points a game from Glendale.
There's a three-pointer from the baseline. Not going to go. Tipped out of bounds. Whitewater's basketball. Sam Burkhardt, who came in, one of the smaller guys you'll see on the floor for Lacrosse at 5'10", but he's like a bulldog out there. He's a tough kid.
He is. He's like a linebacker build. Seth Anderson, too, a freshman from Marshfield. I remember him in the All-Star games, too.
Burkhardt wearing number 3, guarding Kale.
Norsha taking a little rest. He had a hard time with Bailey Kale the first part of this half.
Into the lane, fall away shot, not going to be there. Cook with the rebound.
We saw a little bit of those off-balance shots last night at Logan, didn't we?
We did.
A lot of backing down here
Seth
early
Anderson,
in this game. Ethan Anderson taking a break.
Burkhardt shots off the mark. Long tip comes out to the Eagles.
Keeping the ball alive. That's as important as getting a rebound. Ooh.
Burkhardt almost lost the dribble there. Picks it back up. We're down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. And counting it down.
A little one-on-one action. That's
Cook,
what it is.
fall away jumper, not there.
Not the best way to end that possession either.
Jack Bram with the rebound and cleared out and quickly down court come the Warhawks.
Ooh,
2 putbacks, not there.
Yeah, there's some size inside.
Boy,
too.
there's a lot of. This is a whole different game, isn't it?
Brom is a big kid too. 6'5", about 230 pounds.
Going down the lane. Nice move, but not going to finish it. Wyatt Cook.
Kent Dernbach he's a little bit disappointed in what he's seeing with his offense.
So we got timeout on the floor.
32nd.
Tonight's Eagle UWL basketball game brought to you by Fleece Insurance. For over 3 generations, Fleece Insurance in Unalaska has been serving the Cooley region in all lines of insurance. Fleece Insurance is proud to sponsor UWL and UWL Athletics.
I know he's watching this broadcast, and his family, a big part of his dad started the business, you know. Now his 3rd-generation son runs it.
Yes,
and
I just saw Steve the other day, and he's fully supporting
I
UWL.
called him up and said, would you sponsor our 2 broadcasts? Of course I will, Terry. I'm at every game. It's like, I know he is. He was inducted into the Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame a couple years ago. Gotten a lot of honors. One of the biggest supporters in the business world here of UWL. Not just athletics either.
All right, Eagles have the basketball, and they're facing some full court pressure. Get it back to Nesheim.
Get the big guy keep handling the ball.
Head to Burkhardt. Baseline 3.
Oh, nice.
Anderson.
Anderson, of course, he torched him last time too. 15 points a game, 82% on the free throw line. We're going to interview his dad at halftime.
Anderson ties it up 10-10. There's a shot. It's a long 2, and it'll go down for James Burke.
A wide open shot because number 3 fell down. That's Burkhardt.
Into the lineup for the Eagles is Sukamel. He's wearing number 15 tonight. Junior from Sun Prairie.
Yeah, I remember him playing for the Sun Prairie team when they played here in the Midwest Players Classic. A friend of mine, Jeff Boos, the head coach, won the state championship last year. He was state coach of the year. His wife, a star at Seneca. That's how I got to know her, long before he married her.
Burkhardt in the corner, back out. Driving hard and loses the handle in the lane. Here's a quick running Whitewater. Warhawks with the stuff.
Just a blow by, huh?
He did. Number 23, Ards. That's his first point of the night. He's their leading scorer.
Yeah, he is 6'3" junior from Milwaukee Hamilton.
14-10. Nesheim in the lane, and he's got the roll.
He's just a big kid.
Nesheim with 4.
Nesheim, double figures, 10 straight games, 6'6". Played for his dad at Mount Horeb.
A little bit different look out there with Bailey Kale out of the lineup.
Time for his fans to go get some popcorn, I think. Well, he's out.
Chislom has got the basketball in the lane and a little hook not there. High rebound by Seth Anderson, and here comes the Eagles.
Pat Riley getting on the official, too. I think he thought it was a foul, but there was no foul on that. Pat Riley likes to get on officials. Trust me, I've heard him many times.
And we got a foul in that mix of all that. Going to go against Burkhart.
Just about every time down the floor, he's got something to say, Pat Miller. I've said to him a few times, I said, Pat, you know, I can't listen to you every time on the floor. You got to let me a referee.
Well, you know, as an official, you want to talk to him, but you don't want to have a conversation.
Oh, you can't. It's just like pick your moments, like you and your wife. Pick your time. It's like don't get on her all the time, nor should she get on you.
2-point lead right now by Whitewater. Bringing a KQE special tonight. Eagles basketball at the college level tonight. And we're going to pile up at midcourt, and still nothing called.
Good officiating, too, letting it go. Oh, yeah, you got to call that.
Yeah, we got a foul.
Closed out without body control. I think that was a good call.
Seth Sukamel will get the foul. High school with Sun Prairie, put a little time at Madison College.
Zach Hayes.
You know, you can appreciate, Terry, all the high school games, and you turn around, you see this one, the size, the speed, the athleticism.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Riley Jensen just reports in from Milton. Janesville Craig.
Kale with a shot, not going to go.
Didn't get set that time, was hit the front of the rim.
There's a shot, that's a 3, that's off the mark.
Eagles are not getting any offensive rebounds here in this first half.
Not enough. Yeah, a little tip in the lane there and put up. And that shot's going to count.
Nice entry pass, absolutely.
Riley Jensen in the middle of all that. We're talking about some of the size at there. Riley Jensen, who's at the free throw line, stands 6'10".
Equan Arns with a great pass inside. Pat Miller, now he's on the other official, Steve Ludke. It's his turn to hear him, I guess.
Cook up the middle. We got a baseline. There's a shot on the way. Three-pointer.
You can see that was long. Yep. Long shots equal long rebounds.
Zach Hayes off the mark there. And we got a carry in the basketball. You don't see that happen very much, but
no, you don't.
He's got his hand underneath too far in the ball and carried it.
It's got to be really obvious and egregious in order to make that call.
Bailey Kale is back in the lineup for Whitewater. Cook going all the way down. Oh, nice little fake.
Move. Oh, great move.
Yeah, that was a hard drive, a little bit of collision underneath there. Good body control by Wyatt Cook.
Great job of a shot fake, getting the defense up in the air, wait till they get to the pinnacle, and then go up.
Cook with 4 in the game. Here's a shot from the side. Three-pointer.
That looked good when it left his hand.
Briante Hunt.
Yeah, Briante Hunt. I like the way he shoots. 6'5", sophomore. Got good technique on his shot.
Nesheim kicks it out. It's Norsha for a 3.
Another 3. Drilled it. Geez, not much arc, was it?
No. Norsha for his first bucket, the senior from Highland Park.
Averaging 7 points a game. Got himself in the scoring column.
Tight game this first half, 2017 Warhawks. There's a three-pointer. High rebound, Neschheim with the rebound.
Neschheim running the floor for a big guy.
Another three on the way.
Yeah.
Look at that. Zach Hayes.
Looked great when it left his hand, too. Perfect ball rotation.
His second three-pointer of the half. Tied up 20-20. And the bench for the Eagles liking what they're hearing and seeing out there. Bailey Kale rattles out.
Halfway down.
Norsha. Well, you got to get out on these Eagles for those three-pointers, but when they get the feel and the rhythm going, there's another one on the way.
Like that.
Ards, he's their leading scorer. He's taking it easy right now. He's only got a bucket so far in the half. He's averaging 21, so watch out if he gets hot.
Kale looking for a ball screen. Little two-man game.
Tippy-toed on the baseline, kicks it out. Short on the three-pointer. And stripped out underneath by Cook.
Wise he pulls it up. No rebounders if he'd have taken that shot.
I was going to say, Hayes had a thought about it, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. He didn't want to come to the bench and sit, though, so he thought he better not. Oh,
and
yeah. Got to call that. When the dribbler gets redirected like that, you got to call it. Media timeout again, guys.
All right, 7:26 left in the first half. Score knotted up 20-20 in this WIAC conference game. We'll be back right after this on the KQEG Game of the Week.
Tie game, 10 seconds to go. Here's the inbound. Almost turns it over, but a great rebound. 8 seconds to go. Puts the defender in the spin cycle. Here's the jumper at the buzzer. It's good! Chef wins the game!
Chef, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
The Rollo Taylor Spaghetti Fundraising Dinner for the men's basketball program, Saturday, February 22nd after the game.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse. This is Chelsea Lynn.
Hello.
Marie Magnum. We do the morning show on the station. We're talking Valentine's Day.
We're talking love.
So guys.
I love you.
I love you too. Guys, Valentine's Day. Chelsea, is it as simple as chocolate?
And wine. Lots of wine. Like maybe an 8-to-1 ratio. 8 bottles per thing of chocolate.
Okay. So I guess it's that simple, guys. Wine and chocolate. And they'll be happy with Valentine's Day. Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse.
Welcome back to UW Crosse Eagle Basketball. Brought to you tonight by Howie's on La Crosse Street. La Crosse's hometown hangout since 1945. Howie's on La Crosse Street provides a community with a casual and fun atmosphere with daily food and happy hour deals. Swing in tonight after the game for wings, a pound of wings for only $6. Or try their flavor of the month when you're there, the mango curry. Sweet and spicy, but more could you want. Howie's on La Crosse. Baseline working by Neschheim, and he gets it.
A lot of body contact underneath. Woo. Good piece of officiating, not blowing the whistle on that contact. I thought that was, let that go.
Neschheim with 6. And the top crew of David Johnson supplying with mid-game stats already. Here's a shot from the left side. That goes off the back bracket. Picked up by the Eagles. And Sukamel brings it up for the UW La Crosse Eagles. Henry Noon in the contest wearing number 2. A man coming out of Oshkosh. Neschheim backing his way down there. Boy, he's a big, powerful guy.
He is. A little David Cowan step away. Underneath. Larry Bird used to do that all the time. Remember Dave Collins?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He was a legend. I wonder whatever happened to that guy. He was a great player, great coach.
I'll tell you a quick little story about Dave Collins.
He probably came to Lacrosse Center,
No,
did
it was just kind of an oddity, I'll tell you.
Okay.
It was just a real straight. He didn't come across, but he did.
Oh, nice pass by
Baseline
Bailey
shot.
Gale. Yeah, that's an assist for him. Good vision.
Rocky Martinez. First bucket of the evening.
Rocky Martinez, a 6'4" from Wausau West. Hasn't played a lot of minutes either.
There's Noon. Boy, they got a mismatch with Neshheim. Here's a Noon shot from 3-point range. Not there.
Honeycombed out.
(24-22) Eagles. Kale lost the handle. Had to kick it back out.
A little too much dribbling on that possession.
Whoa, Kale from 25.
Not sure Pat Miller liked that. I think get in for Bailey Kale is what he's doing.
I think he's going to be.
I don't think he liked that.
No, Bailey looks like he's going to be coming out after that one.
So I don't mind you shooting, but wait till you get over the 10-second line, you know? That's what my coach used to say to one of my teammates.
Neshheim backs him down. Not there. Jack Bram with the rebound, and here comes Bailey Kale again.
Might as well shoot again because you're going to come out.
Oh, that's going to go in the backcourt. No, saved.
A little careless, sloppy possession by the Warhawks.
Over to Cook on the far side, 6'6" junior. Sukamel looking to trying to get open. Drives down low. Inside, fadeaway by Anderson.
Gets the friendly roll, too. I like the way he got up in the air on that shot.
He's got such a nice soft touch. 5 in the game for Anderson.
Eagles going about 8-9 deep here in the first half.
Yeah, they're not afraid to go to their bench whatsoever. They play such high intensity.
They do.
Jumper on the far side. That's Rocky Martinez. His second bucket.
Coach Sternbach doesn't accept anything other than going full speed on every possession. You take a possession off, you come out.
I think that's right. Interesting story on Sternbach, Coach Sternbach, and how he got here.
I want to hear about that.
Well, you know, you probably know all about it. You know, Bailey Kale, good jumper up and in.
There's the mid-range jump shot that we used to execute in high school. Of course, there was no three-point, but
tipped. That'll go out of bounds. But Dernbach was over in Stevens Point for 6 years as the assistant head coach, and then he came over here as the interim head coach, and he coached almost literally 2 seasons before they named him the head coach.
He impressed the heck out of the leadership here, Kim Bloom and the rest of the staff, and the kids took a liking to him. He talked to him the other day in his office. He said, you know, I learned a lot from Bob Semling. I know Coach Semling real well. He said he's the best Division III coach in the nation. So he brought a lot of his stuff here to UWL.
Yeah, and when he came, you know, to be the interim coach and just not knowing if you got any kind of longevity.
Exactly. Plus a family, you know. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Now,
yeah, offensive foul.
It might have been inside the arc, though. That's what Pat Miller's asking. Might have been inside the arc. It was close.
Yeah.
Close to the arc.
You know, and it was Coach Miller asked that question. He knew the answer.
Yeah, he did.
He just wanted to make sure the officials knew that he was watching.
Well, he wanted to make sure the official was watching.
Tipped out of bounds from behind.
One of the classic comments that Coach Sternbach makes is be available. Be available. Don't just stand around. Be available to help your teammate. Play big.
Well, into the lineup is David Grinchez, 6'11" for the Whitewater Warhawks. He is the biggest man out there.
Biggest man in the arena.
Oh, he is.
And he blocks a shot right away, too.
And out of bounds on the baseline.
Grinchez, 6'11", West Bend, 305-pound sophomore.
Hey, intimidated Ethan Anderson's shot, and it's hard to do.
Well, he did one thing. He blocked a shot. Now he goes back to the bench.
Yeah. He's getting complimented by the assistant coaches for what he did out there in a short
He
period
did
of
his
time.
job. Maybe he's winded already, huh? One time up and down the floor.
He might be. You never know. Pass inside. And stripped
Nice
away
help.
inside.
Protect the house. Nice help.
Zach Hayes gets credit for that steal.
Classic move right there of helping inside.
Anderson reverses his dribble. And blocked again.
Oh, yeah.
That happened by a 6'10 man, Jensen. Haley Kale, a little out of control. Norsha
Nice
ahead to
pass.
Anderson.
Oh, good body control.
And
Looked
no
like
foul.
Looked like a foul, but the official said nope.
Anderson with a bucket. He's got 7 points in the half. Down to 90 seconds.
Fans didn't like that. They thought that should have been a foul. I think they're right.
Eagles up by 2, 28-26. And we talked about this. You come into the conference and you got a team that's 1-6 in the conference, and they're playing like they're on top of the world here too. Had to take that long shot. 'cause
Not
shot
a good
clock going.
possession. An empty possession. Maybe a shot taken, but not with any purpose.
Little lob pass on the left side. Going underneath, reverse shot, not going to be there. Partially blocked.
Wasn't a good shot either, Art.
We're down to 45 seconds in the half. Shot clock with 21. So Eagles should get another shot at this. Brom going down, kicks it out. This is Gates driving hard.
Ooh,
He'll kick it back
got away
out.
with a travel, I think.
And
shot
that's
clock.
Shot clock.
Didn't
yeah.
hit the rim. Well, let's see what the Eagles do. Well, one thing they do is they bring back their big guy, Neshine. See what they do with a set play here now.
Well, Dylan Bunders comes out of the game for the Eagles. He's 6'6". Boy, as you said, Coach Sternbach going deep into his lineup.
Yeah. See what they do here as we approach 15 seconds. Is there a set play? I would assume so.
10 seconds on the clock for the half.
Need a ball screen here. Ooh.
All the way
Nice
down. Oh,
move. Didn't
Luke
get a
Norsha.
screen, but he didn't need one, did it himself?
Wow. Out of bounds, and they say that's the end of the half. So Eagles at half go up by 4, 30-26. We'll take a break and be back right after this on the KQEG Game of the Week.
Coach.
We are driven. We are active. We are engaged. This is who we are. We are Eagles. Join us at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Welcome back to the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. Eagles dance team on the floor right now performing. Good turnout tonight for the Eagles. Halftime stats, Whitewater 26 at the half, Eagles 30. Leading the way, nobody in double figures for either team as we've got this game going, but for La Crosse, Wyatt Cook has got 4 points. Ethan Anderson has got 7. Luke Norsha with 5. Tarek Nesheim has powered his way to 8 points. Zach Hayes has got 6. number of other players. They had 5 other players play, but none of them scored. For Whitewater, Bailey Kale leads the way, point guard with a total of 9 points. Briante Hunt has got 4. Austin Gates did not score in the first half. Iquan Ards with 2 points, and he's averaging 21. Riley Jensen, a big guy at 6'10", has got 3. James Burke has 2. Jack Bram has 2 points, and Rocky Martinez has got 4. Nobody in foul trouble. 18 rebounds for Whitewater in that first half. For La Crosse, 14. Eagles were 4 of 14 from three-point range. Whitewater, 2 of 9 from three-point range. Free throws, Whitewater Warhawks are 4 of 5. Eagles, 4 of 4, perfect at the line. Again, it's 30-26 at halftime. Eagles up by 4. And Terry Erickson has got a special guest at halftime.
Well, I do, and welcome to Mitchell Hall. Of course, you've been here all season long. Last year, Ethan Anderson, of course, one of the stars from Black River Falls, recruited to UW. Todd Anderson is my guest. By the way, Anderson Financial, one of the sponsors of tonight's game. Hey, when's the last time you came to Mitchell Hall? Take a look around and have seen as many people as we see here tonight.
Well, this is great, Terry. It's the students are back, and it's great atmosphere tonight. Great ball game, great first half, and it's fun to see the excitement going on tonight at Mitchell Hall.
Of course, we've been friends with the Anderson family for many, many years, and coming from Black River Falls, I remember you as an athlete. I remember a 3-sport athlete. I remember when you went to Minnesota. Of course, your dad was a WIAC official.
Yep.
You worked with him at the state tournament.
Yep.
The Anderson family, when you think about athletics in the city of Black River Falls, you think of the Anderson family.
Well, thanks, Terry. Yeah, we unfortunately lost my dad a few years ago, 2013, and really miss him and think about how proud he would be, tonight to be here and amongst his friends and would be watching his grandson, play college basketball.
Yeah,
so.
And what a treat to have him here. Certainly, Ethan Anderson had other choices, other options. Mm-hmm. And decided to come here. Was that a difficult thing?
Well, we obviously left it up to Ethan, and he definitely had some other lots of different options and scholarship options and so on. But he's a real very proud of him, very level-headed kid, great head on his shoulders, and he weighed all the pros and cons and how important it was to have his family and friends be able to watch him play college basketball. And it's 4 short years, and we're really happy with his choice.
Well, You're really involved in the Black River community too, and that's just part of the Anderson family. And you're still coaching at the high school. You've worked with young people. You're involved in other groups and other nonprofits. That's just who you are, is being involved in the community and giving back.
Yeah, thanks, Terry. Yeah, I'm very passionate about giving back and helping people. That's what I do every day in my job, in my business, and being able to help the youth and pave the way for the future with coaching. Athletics has been a passion of mine, along with my family, for a long time, and I love giving back in lots of different ways.
So how, since you played, and of course you were a 3-sport athlete, like we said, and then you coached, has the game changed much in your eyes?
Well, I think it's changed significantly. I mean, in today's game, if you can't handle the ball and can't shoot the ball, it's pretty hard to play. And at the college level, obviously, it's completely different because you better defend on top of that. And back in my day, a long time ago in the 80s, I mean, if you could shoot it and you had a couple guys that could handle it, you had a chance to be pretty good. And now everyone can shoot it. The bigs can shoot it. The guards can shoot it, and you have to be able to shoot the 3, no question about that.
Well, Morgan, a junior at UWL, on time to graduate with therapeutic recreation. Of course, Ethan studying finance, maybe taking over Anderson Financial someday.
We'll see.
And then you got Evan, who's an 8th grader, and I know he's got some skills too, and it'll be fun to watch him through high school. Sure. And then maybe we'll have another Eagle here.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah, Evan's pretty excited. He wants to be at least as good, if not better, than his brother, and he came tonight and actually carried a basketball with him to the game tonight. So he's looking forward to after the game, so he can get some shots up.
What's your takeaway in the first half? What do you like about what you see for UWL, and what do you think the Eagles need to do to win the second half?
Well, I mean, I think, going with Coach Sternbach's philosophy, it all starts on the defensive end, and their defense ends up being their best offense. And I thought they did a great job, in the first half defending, gave up 26 points. Bailey Kale, the local guy from La Crosse Central, has done a real nice job for Whitewater. But I think, again, it starts on the defensive end. And I think we got a little anxious in the first half and getting one pass and shooting it. And I think if we're a little more patient, our offense will flow a little bit better.
Maybe you should sit right with us, because that's one of the things we talked about, maybe being a little bit more patient. The shot selection was somewhat questionable. And I think if you're in the UWL's locker room now, I think that's being addressed, the shot selection and the lack of offensive rebounding.
Absolutely.
And number two, you sort of said it, they've allowed Bailey Kale to get into the paint off the dribble. And that's created some problems, so they need to stop that in the second half.
Absolutely, no question. And, the difference between a couple weeks ago when we played at Whitewater, they added this number 15. I don't recall his name, but he's a transfer and a very athletic kid, and he's added another dimension to Whitewater's offense and also on the defensive end. And so he did not play. He came in at the semester, from what I understand, and he's been a nice addition for Whitewater.
Hunt, he's
a Milwaukee kid, I think.
Exactly,
Milwaukee Bayview kid.
So anyway, well, this has been based on recent conversations, and Sam Young was one of them that said to me at a recent funeral, he said, Terry, I watch your TV broadcasts of high school games. I watch your Seven Rivers Sports. Why don't you work some UWL games? Seriously.
Absolutely.
And that's what planted the seed, one of the people, and that's why we're doing this game live here tonight.
Well, I think it's great, Terry. I think it's awesome that you guys are doing this, and for the guys and also for the women's team, and it's people need to see the product that's out there, with the local basketball and high school basketball gets supported really well, and tonight it's great to see such a wonderful crowd.
Well, UWL has won 80% of their home games in the last 2 years.
Really?
I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
So let's hope that the second half it leads to 82% or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
So you're the math guy. You would know the percent.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. So anyway, we appreciate you being a sponsor, Anderson Financial. Appreciate you being a friend. Appreciate you sending Ethan to UWL, where I graduated, by the way. And so thanks for being our halftime guest.
Well, thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it, and go Eagles.
All right. We'll be back with some thoughts. Art and I breaking down what needs to happen in the second half right after this.
We are driven. We are active. We are engaged. This is who we are. We are Eagles. Join us at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Welcome back to UW-La Crosse, where the Eagles are leading the Warhawks of Whitewater 30-26 at halftime. UW basketball brought to you tonight in part by the Harlem Globetrotters. The world-famous Harlem Globetrotters are returning to La Crosse on Thursday, March 26th at the La Crosse Center. Don't miss the one and only Harlem Globetrotters in their all-new tour. There'll be high-flying dunks, hilarious stunts, and a new record-breaking attempt, and a lot of unforgettable family moments. See the Pushing the Limits World Tour live. The Harlem Globetrotters at the La Crosse Center, Thursday, March 26th.
Well, I don't like to see this. The women's scores passed along to us. Maybe you can share the men's. The women's UW-Lacrosse behind Whitewater, 36-22. Whitewater at half. Stout and Eau Claire tied at half. Platteville, Oshkosh ahead by 2, and then at half, the Stevens Pointers ahead of River Falls, 23-17.
Well, just one thing about the UW-Lacrosse women, they're missing one of their key players.
I know.
Got hurt in a car accident?
She did, and of course she'll be back next week, and we know who that is, the star of the Onalaska Hilltoppers for many years. Emma Gamoki. We're
just talking to her dad the other night. She got, unfortunately, in an accident, got a concussion, so concussion protocol.
Exactly.
So it's like 2 or 3 weeks that she's going to be out.
Maybe that's why the Eagles are down by 14 at halftime.
She's a key player. She's a long-range shooter. Men's basketball tonight at half. Platteville is leading Oshkosh 35-26, and Stevens Point leading River Falls at half 35-26. Got halftime stats. Dave Johnson, who just provided us some of that.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? At halftime, again, here we are, 30-26 UW-Lacrosse. Bailey Kale with 9 points. He's one of the keys to stopping that team. Tia comes over and interrupts the halftime show. It's like, she wants to be on the show. Like, you're the post-game show. So how about this? Bailey Kale with 9 points. And no one else really doing anything at all for Whitewater, for UWL. Ethan Anderson, 7, Tarek Nesheim, 8, and Wyatt Cook, 4. So what do you think the Eagles need to do to win the second half here?
They got to stop Bailey Kale. He's obviously the guy who's been pretty consistent out there. He's taking a lot of shots, and just beyond him. And every time he gets the basketball, he's a threat from about 25 feet and in.
Plus, don't let him get to the paint because he creates a problem then.
He's deadly there
with his passing and his shooting.
And I think balanced scoring, because that's been a trademark and a good mark for the Eagles. We're inside of a minute before the second half, so we're going to take a quick break and be right back on the KQEG Game of the Week.
Tie game, 10 seconds to go. Here's the inbound. Almost turns it over, but a great rebound. 8 seconds to go. Puts the defender in the spin cycle. Here's the jumper at the buzzer. It's good! Chef wins the game!
Chef, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
The Rollo Taylor Spaghetti Fundraising Dinner for the men's basketball program, Saturday, February 22nd after the game.
See the big logo in the middle of the floor for the Eagles here. Terry, this weekend, this floor is also going to be active with some of the best high school teams, not in the Midwest, probably in the country.
You and I courtside here for those 2 games, and there'll be a lot of media attention. Border battle, both Central and Onalaska playing. Central at 6 and Onalaska at 7:45 here, and we're courtside to bring you live those 2 games.
Those 2 games are part of the makeup from Midwest Players games that were at the Lacrosse Center that got snowed out.
Yeah, Border Classic. The first games are at Central, and the last 2 featured games right here.
Shot starting the half by Tarek Nesheim is off the mark. Whitewater coming down. Whitewater working the round, the perimeter. Here's Bailey Kale. Down to 7 on the shot clock. Kale going to his right. Oh, and he got it.
Right by Nesheim. Little change in strategy. Nesheim guarding him on that possession.
Kale showing his speed on that one. Just got a half a step, and that's all he needed.
Just a bull by right by that big Nesheim.
Nice shot from the free throw line for Zach Hayes.
I like Zach Hayes as a player. I like the way he elevates. I like his style, averaging 11 points a game. Now back a little bit of different. Norsha now guarding Bailey Kale.
Hard drive down in the lane. Kicks it back out. Back to Bailey. Goes to his left, his favorite shot. Kale for 2 more.
Takes a look out at the stands and waves to his fans after that shot.
Oh,
Then he gets an interception on a bad pass.
That was not a good inbound pass. Baseline 3.
Oh.
Whoa, 15. Briante Hunt.
Yeah, a transfer student just came the second semester, we're told. So first time I've ever seen him.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Nice pass.
No look pass. Can't finish it off for Anderson. You're not going to see that very often.
Got to finish that. No, you're not. Leading the team in scoring. And by the way, just brought a huge contingent of Black River fans here for this game.
There's a baseline 3 on the way again.
Ooh. Timeout, says Kent Dernbach.
Hunt with 2 back-to-back threes. All of a sudden, we got ourselves a 36-32 lead for the Whitewater Warhawks.
Got to close out better than that, Art.
UWL basketball brought to you tonight by Games People Play, supporting local athletics for over 27 years. Games People Play, your one-stop shop for all your team organization needs, from custom screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, embroidery, and convenient online team ordering. Games People Play carries all your favorite athletic brands, plus lacrosse, logger, UWL, and your local high school apparel. Located in La Crosse and Onalaska. I picked up a few things from that from Christmas this year.
Yeah, so have
Some
I.
people wanted that.
The Boys and Girls Club buys most of their equipment from Games People Play. Paul Cloughlin, a great friend, good guy, good family. Good to support the hometown business, huh?
Halftime score was 30-26. Now all of a sudden a 10-2 run, and the Eagles are up by 4. Or Warhawks, are up by 4. Anderson quickly up court.
A little trouble against that pressure.
A little bit. There's a top of the key shot by Anderson, and he gets the roll.
We talked about that at a previous broadcast. Coaches tell you to hit the front of the rim and then get the roll. A lot of coaches do, shooting instructors, and that's what he did.
Three-pointer by Anderson, a needed shot by Anderson for the Eagles.
Way beyond the three-point line, too.
Free throw line drilled, rattled out of there. Well, that was about 3/4 of the way down. Anderson stolen away, and we're going to foul.
Yeah, good call, too. It was. Anderson lost the ball and then subsequently fouled, trying to get it back.
Anderson's first foul tonight.
Bailey Kale wasn't out very long, Art.
You know, it's probably one of those things you sit down, you talk to him a little bit, tell him what you want to do.
Yeah, Austin Gates took his place for a little bit. That might be the last time we see him. Well, it depends on how this game goes and how Bailey Kale plays. He was thinking about going to Viterbo, that kid. You think he would have been a big asset to that program?
Oh, my goodness. Reverse layup missed. That was a tough shot underneath there. Ahead to Cook. Boy, that kid at 6'6". Very athletic.
Lost the ball on that. Fortunately stays with the Eagles. Sam Burkhardt back in. I thought he played well the first half.
He did. He did. Yeah, he's a good change of pace for the guards. Here's Anderson.
Ooh, yeah. Well, we had his dad on at halftime, so he was good, and so now Ethan needs to be good too. Eagles back on top, 37-36.
Has about a long 2 as you're going to shoot from that corner. 37-36, as you said.
Closing in on a media timeout. Oh,
boy.
Where did this transfer come from?
That's 4 3-pointers for him tonight.
Briante Trey. Man, he is tough.
Another Trey on the way. Oh, wow. We've seen a shooting exposition now.
We sure. They love the three-point line, huh?
Zach Hayes, he's got 11. Now the big guy works it inside. Got bumped.
Pat Miller wanted a foul. I don't think it was a foul, too.
Either. Ethan Anderson.
Oh.
Anderson with 8 quick points. And like that, Eagles jump ahead 43-39. With that, we're going to take a break and be right back on the KQEG Game of the Week.
Pat Miller spends his time out powering that.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse, Reed and Chelsea with you. Valentine's Day coming up here, guys. Chelsea?
Yes. So, since it's Valentine's Day, I think it would be very good to say things that we love about each other. You go first.
Okay. In all honesty, you're very patient. I like your eyes.
Okay. I like that you warm up my seat in the morning in the studio, if you know what I'm saying.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse.
Yeah, the timeout was called, and Pat Miller, head coach for Whitewater, he's a little upset about a
He never said a
call.
word to his team.
No.
You know that? He never said a word. He just spent the whole time out talking to the official. It's like, come on.
And he's not done. He's still working on one of
Come
them.
on. I used to say to coaches like that, can I work the game, please? Excuse me, but I need to work the game. Jeez.
And we got a foul underneath.
Sometimes that works, though, because like right here, he might have talked him into a foul.
That's going to go against number 3, Sam Burke.
Oh, now
Burkhart.
we got our immediate timeout, huh?
Now timeout on the floor. 43-39, Eagles leading Whitewater. UWL basketball brought to you by the Restore Public House Restaurant. Of course, Public House, loving gifts. Regional dishes made from scratch using local and seasoned ingredients. Their goal is to provide an atmosphere where laughing out loud with friends and sampling chef-driven fare go hand in hand. Experience your favorite comfort food with a modern twist. Restore Public House, located at 1810 State Street, next to UW-Crosse.
Exactly. You know, that's Augie Weber. Don Weber's
you told
son.
me that.
And they got, you notice you drive by there, you can sit outside in the middle of winter. They have like 3 igloos out there with
I've
heat
seen,
inside.
You know, I've seen that somewhere in Madison. I think they had the same thing.
They did. Hey, while we're looking at stats, just a shout out to Logan graduate, senior here at UWL, Andrew Jarrett, named the National Men's Athlete of the Week by cross-country and track coaches throughout the country. Oh, how about that? Second in the 35-pound weight throw at UW Stout. Broke all kinds of records. Wait till you read about him during the outdoor season. Again, Andrew Jarrett, UWL Senior National Men's Athlete of the Week.
You know, of the 39 points that Whitewater's got, 26 are coming from Bailey Kale and Briante Hunt. So they got to have those 2 young men in the basketball game. Briante at the line right now. He adds another one. He's got 14 in the game.
Well, he wasn't with them in the first semester, so he brings another dimension to these Warhawks.
He does. Hits them both. As you were saying at your halftime interview, the students are back and came out tonight to watch their Eagles.
Eagles deserve that kind of spectator following.
Hayes misses from long range. Bailey Kale pushes it up. Hunt once again looking at it. Boy, a rare miss for him from three-point range.
I thought that was going in too.
We got 14 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. 2-point Eagle lead. Baseline drive by Anderson. Fights his way down there.
Looked like he got fouled, didn't it?
And Anderson kind of smiling that he didn't get fouled.
Yeah, smiling like that's a good way to, instead of frowning and getting mad, just smile. That's another way to say I got fouled.
Yeah. You kind of look up and down that line for the Eagles. Looks like they're going about 5 deep on the bench anyway, 10 players. But we said it earlier in the game. Coach Sternbach likes to have his kids go 100%. Once you're gassed, time to come out.
Briante Hunt takes a break.
Over to Cook. This is Anderson. Driving the baseline. What a smooth little shot he's got.
Over the outstretched hands of a guy that can't really guard him, and that's James Burke. List him at 6 feet. I don't think he's 6 feet.
Anderson now with 17, leading all scorers. Lob inside, and we got a collision. Anderson came over, and he knew it right away.
Came over and helped. Yeah, he did. He can't get in foul trouble. He's got to stay in the game.
That's 2 quick fouls on Anderson.
2 in a row.
Bailey Kale. Oh, what a beautiful bounce pass inside.
You talk about his scoring. Look at that. I mean, his vision is some of the best I've seen.
Trevon Chilslam with that bucket from the assist from Bailey Kale.
Court awareness, vision, for young people watching, keeping his head up all the time, head on a swivel, finding an open player. He does it all.
There's Noon. One-on-one, little Kale backing off of him. Not there. Rebound, Warhawks. Boy. Whitewater likes to run. Kale. Off the mark. Tipped out of bounds, stays with Whitewater. You know, Bailey Kale, he played high school basketball with Kobe King. And, you know, you just wonder how, if Kobe hadn't been there, how much better Bailey would have been on that team.
Oh, exactly.
He would have been their leader.
One complemented the other. Norcia in and Hayes out. We'll talk a little bit about Kobe King when we get a break here.
45-43 Lacrosse. Little baby hook not going to go for Chilslam.
I don't think he wanted to do that, too. Nobody was available to
He was
pass.
getting close on 3 seconds.
Yes, he was.
Norcia over to Anderson. Down to Cook. There's Noon with a long-range shot. Noon found the range.
Wide open. Good spacing and deadly shooter from the outside. Knows his role. Comes in and contributes.
Henry Noon with his first bucket of the night.
Oshkosh Lord's boy. Great program there.
There's a shot at the free throw and partially blocked by Cook. Still battled for. Out of bounds.
Should be White, and it is.
Tough aggressive play out there.
Well, that's what Coach Dernbach preaches, that 50-50 ball. Get on the floor, get after it.
Five-point game now for the Eagles with the basketball. They get it up to half court with Norcia.
Norcia's been kind of quiet here this evening.
A little bit.
Until right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still quiet.
He's got 5 in the game, all coming in the first half. Oh, Kale's got a look. He was thinking about it. Oh, you don't see that happen very often. Norcia back to
pass.
Cook.
Oh, whoa, nice
and
pass.
we got a foul.
Good delay whistle. I think that was undercutting. Yeah, nice delay whistle. A lot of people don't understand what a delayed whistle is, and a good patient whistle that time was a nice call.
That's the first foul on Bailey Kale, and he's having a discussion with the officials saying, I didn't undercut him. So Cook at the line. Thought there might have been a possibility that could have been on Briante Hunt. Cook with his second free throw. That's off the mark. (49-43) Lacrosse. Baseline. Drilled at long range, Austin Gates.
And I'm sure that's a point of contention with the coaching staff from UWL, allowing a shot like that without getting a hand up.
That kind of a mismatch. Norcia was one time guarded by 6'10" Riley Jensen. Here's Cook. Not there, off the back bracket. I don't think Coach
No.
Dernbach liked that shot.
No, he didn't.
That was a big guy.
Oh,
Yep.
uses his size.
Riley Jensen at 6'11", just
Yeah.
dominating down low on that one.
Yeah, he looked good on that. You can't play behind him without getting help. Entry pass into him, and it's 2.
49-48 Eagles. That was first matchup between these two teams went into overtime. We got another tight one. There's Noon.
Noon out of the outstretched hands of a Warhawk defender. That was impressive.
Riley Noon, or Henry Noon rather, was 6 in the contest. And we got a full timeout. Timeout on the floor. 52-48 Eagles over Whitewater. We'll be back after this on the KQEG Game of the Week.
We are driven. We are active. We are engaged. This is who we are. We are Eagles. Join us at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Back here with 10:32 left in the game. 4-point Eagle League. Terry, a lot of basketball coming up on KQEG. A lot of basketball coming up here at UWL.
Yeah, I was just talking to Coach yesterday about his youth tournament Saturday and Sunday. So if you want more information, contact Coach Sternbach. And teams coming in from all over the area on Saturday and Sunday here at Mitchell Hall.
And next week, we're going to do the women's version of UWL.
Yeah, we'll get a chance to see Morgan Horseman play, a senior, all-state from Bangor. I remember watching her play.
We got Karen Middleton up here at UWL, has done a great job with her team. Got her being one of the best teams in the WIAC this year, and she's got a lot of young players.
And the best culture, too, no doubt about it. I'm anxious to see that. Emma Gamoki back, as you talked about, out with an injury, car accident. She'll be back. See Danny Craig, Emma Delaney Schoenberger.
We got a whistle underneath. That's going to go against Bailey Kale.
Good call, holding call under the basket.
That's the second foul on Bailey. He's got 13 of the game.
Smart players like Bailey Kale don't get in foul trouble very often.
Eagles up by 4. This tight contest, as we said, the first matchup was an overtime win by the Eagles. That was about only 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, as they ended the first round of the conference schedule.
Noon got a good look. Burkhart comes out of there, 5'10". He got the rebound. He's got another 20 seconds on the clock.
This is the first year that the shot clock changed after a missed shot. It's 20 seconds.
You know, I had to take a double take at the start of the season when I saw that happen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the first year. Same with the women's.
Hard drive by Sukamel, and he was fouled, so he'll be shooting 2. Sean Sukamel yet to score.
Austin Gates on that foul. Bailey Kale takes a break. James Burks averaging 4 points a game from Milwaukee Riverside in. Nate Walker in too, number 14.
Second one is good. 5-point Eagle lead. Nate Walker into the game for Whitewater. First time we've seen him on the floor tonight. Got the basketball, driving hard. Step back shot, not going to go. Nesheim with the rebound. The big guy from Mount Horeb taking it all the way up court. Here's Anderson.
Thought that was in. Good.
Yeah, he did.
Ball movement, swinging the ball, good spacing, just couldn't connect.
I think Coach Burkhart was pleased with that. Birnbach rather was pleased with that selection.
Coming down to a media timeout at 8 minutes.
Oh boy, there's big men working it.
Travel looked like, didn't it?
It did. Long rebound, Warhawks. And we got a whistle underneath.
Nice jump shot. Jump stop, fake, created a foul.
It'll put James Burke at the line. And that foul goes against Sukamel, his second. James Burke out of Milwaukee Riverside.
Bailey Kale back in. Didn't think he'd be out long.
I don't think so. Jack Brom comes in as well. But you're also seeing Briante Hunt sit down. He's not going to get much of a breather.
I would doubt that he will.
They're going to need him out there. Burks on both of those free throws. Nesheim, power move down the lane. Blocked.
Yeah, good no call. Good block. And the Warhawks maintain.
Block credited Riley Jensen, 6'11" center. Over to Kale. Inside, and the big guy,
nice
Jensen.
Entry pass. Jensen just having the defense on his back. An easy two.
Nesheim gets it over the time stripe to Noon. Noon. Three-pointer for Henry Noon. That's his third three-pointer, and the young man's got 9. Timeout on the floor. And it's a 4-point Eagle lead.
Yeah, media timeout too. That takes care of that.
All right, UW basketball brought to you tonight by Anderson Financial. Tonight's game being sponsored in part by Anderson Financial, securities and investment advisor services offered through Equitable Advisors. Member FINRA, SIPC, Anderson Financial, Equitable Advisors, and its affiliates. Don't provide legal tax or legal advice. Anderson Financial, they're located in Black River Falls, and he was also our halftime guest tonight. And the father of Ethan Anderson.
Exactly, and the sister of Tia, who came over here and wanted to be on the halftime show.
Hey,
sister.
We also got some more special events coming up here at UWL.
Well, we do. The last February 22nd, I believe, the last home game for the Eagles will be senior night, alumni game at noon, and the Eagles will kick off at 3 o'clock. And then Coach Raul Taylor will be introduced. His family his legacy will be remembered at halftime with Kay being here, and then there's a spaghetti dinner afterwards at the Eagle Center. I mean, at the Cleary Center, and all the funds that will go toward the Raul Taylor Award, the endowment fund. Kate has put in a sizable amount, and part of the event is to raise money to increase the Raul Taylor Endowment Fund. So hope our viewers can make
Raul
that.
Taylor, we lost a wonderful man when we lost him.
Yeah, he was inducted into the Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame. He was the president of the club, good friend, probably the best president we ever had.
Great family, every one of them. All right, 7:17 left in the game. Bailey Kale with a shot off the mark.
He forced that, really forced it. Good defense by the Eagles, principally Sam Burkhart.
Biggest lead the Eagles have had tonight is 5 points. Burkhart driving, not going to get that one. He went down the lane, and that was a tough shot for him amongst the big guys. Reverse layup. Oh, what a pretty shot and assist to Austin Gates.
What a pretty pass by Bailey Kale. A no-look pass and a great assist. He's had a lot of assists here tonight, too.
Tightens it back up to 4 points, 56-54 La Crosse. They come right out on Anderson. They know he's a three-point shooter. Anderson all the way down, partially blocked.
Trevin Shilsum on that block.
Kale.
Little hand check call on the way to the basket, and
a little extra discussion going on there underneath. And the officials stepping in to stay cool, guys.
Bailey Kale didn't like to get hit, so he's talking to the official. I think I got hit in the face. I don't think he did.
Sam Burkhart comes out. Henry Noon comes out.
Sean Sukol in for the Eagles. Zach Hayes back in.
Fromm with the inbound pass.
Oh, nice move. Oh, just took off the dribble too quick, and an easy basket.
Rayante Hunt again. He's got a dozen in the second half, 16 in the game.
He's going to make a heck of a difference.
He really
in the
is.
Second half of the season.
His presence has made this team better. Here's
Speaking of making a difference.
Yeah. Meshheim.
Meshheim is ending his senior season here on a positive note. He just is quite a leader.
Getting down to that crunch time now. 5.5 minutes left. A tight game yet. 2-point contest. Eagles up by 2.
Oh, I didn't think.
I got tipped somewhere in there. Warhawk basketball. 58-56. Crosse up and partially blocked underneath on the big guy, Riley.
Pat Miller thinking he got fouled.
Kicking it out. Meshheim for 3. And he misses it all.
Well, that should stay with the Eagles, and it does.
It does. Good hustle. Slapping it off. One of the Warhawks was Sean Sukamel.
Sean Sukamel did a great job of staying in balance and having enough presence of mind to keep it to the Eagles.
Sukamel played his high school ball at Sun Prairie. Yep. Anderson. And he hits that one.
He elevated up over number 21, Austin Gates. No matchup.
At the pace Ethan Anderson is going, he's going to be in the 1,000-point club for La Crosse. And we got a whistle underneath.
Bailed him out, looks like. He was in trouble, but
Wyatt
official said helped him out.
Wyatt Cook with a foul.
I agree that he's on his way to that 1,000-point. I'll have to look that up for the next game and see how many.
As a freshman, I did look it up. He had 150, I think, as a freshman, and he's at about 250 points this year, so 400 already. So he's certainly on pace.
Sam Burkhart in, Wyatt Cook heads to the bench. Actually, you hear the fan in the background saying, how much can he put up with? He's exactly right.
Yeah. Coach Miller is he's earned his keep tonight to having the conversation with the officials.
Well, that's the officials' fault for allowing him to continually criticize calls.
A lot of contact underneath.
The quick way to handle that kind of intimidation, just a tee. That's all there is to it.
There's a shot on our side. Dishes in and out. Anderson. And basketball on the floor. That'll be Eagle basketball.
Well, the effort was there, but the Eagles remain with the ball.
Coach Sukamel says there's a wet spot underneath the basket and he wants to get it cleaned up at the other end. So they're holding the play just to clean up the floor.
Deontay Hunt making a good effort.
Sukamel, he's down at the other end. He actually, that's where he fell and slipped, and he said, just got to dry that off. Somebody else is going to go down.
Yeah, Sukamel's a junior, though. A freshman or sophomore should be cleaning the floor. Not a junior.
All right, we got a 4-point game here. Eagles up 60-56. 4:15 left in the contest. Anderson down low, posting up. And partially blocked underneath. A good defensive play by Austin Gates.
Was it ever? Stayed on his feet. One of the core principles of playing defense.
Austin Gates is only a freshman. You can just see at this college level the strength, the speed, everything is a notch up. And a timeout, Eagles.
Plus playing from the neck up, understanding the game, understanding your role.
UWL basketball tonight brought to you in part by Fleece Insurance for over 3 generations. Fleece Insurance in Onalaska has been serving the Cooley region in all lines of insurance. Fleece Insurance is proud to sponsor UWL and UWL Athletics.
Check out Seven Rivers Sports this week. Karen Middleton, along with Delaney Schoenberger, Danny Craig on the show. Next week, UWL men's basketball and Seven Rivers Sports. Check it out on KQEG. Playing 6 times during the week.
High school basketball this week will be coming back to you tomorrow night. Onalaska at Aquinas. That's a girls' game. Pre-game at 7:05. Friday night, a doubleheader. Onalaska at Aquinas. That's a boys' game. And Holman at Central. That's another boys' game. Saturday night, we'll bring back to you the battle at the border. Some of the games from the Midwest Players Classic being played right here at UWL. La Crosse Central takes on Minnehaha. That game's at 6. Onalaska and Lakeville North. That game's at 7. So you're seeing the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state in Central Onalaska. Minnehaha featuring I think it's the number 5 rated player. I don't remember his first name.
Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs. Well, if you want to watch Minnehaha on Friday night, go to Caledonia because that's where they play Friday, and then come here on Saturday. Well, kind of what we saw at halftime. Bailey Kale 13, Briante Hunt 17. Eagles 3 players in double figures. Anderson, Nesheim, and Zach Hayes.
Yeah, Ethan Anderson with 19. It's above his average tonight.
I don't really understand why the dialogue continues with the official and the coach. It's just too much.
I think it's going to change. 60-56. There's Anderson. Nice straight up shot. Not going to go. Tipped out of bounds. Warhawk basketball.
Should be Eagle ball, but
nobody's overruling that call underneath.
Well, we're sure not, so.
No, not our role.
Even though it looked like Eagle ball, didn't it?
Well, the whole bench and Coach Turnbach pleaded their case. Here's a baseline shot off the mark for 3.
Only give them one shot down the stretch here as we have 3:37. Good piece of defensive rebounding on that possession.
Inside they go.
Little clear out. See what
it really is.
Nesheim does, and he.
Ooh. Oh, they called it on raising his knee up. Trevon Chilsom.
Not much contact, but
no. It wasn't in the upper body. He said it was his knee.
Again, Pat Miller didn't like the call.
Nope. But it puts Tarek Nesheim at the line. He's got 10 in the game. Off the mark on the first shot. At halftime, it was 30-26 Eagles. Second half, been dead even score, 30-30 right now. Neschheim gives the Eagles their largest lead of the night, 5 points.
You know, sometimes that continually getting on an official works not in your favor, by the way.
Oh, I believe that.
A close call does not go your way.
What a drive and find that little seam. James Burke for 2.
Yeah, not a very big kid, but boy, he looked big on that one.
Boy,
went high off his feet.
Certainly elevated. 2:45 left in the game. Eagles with a 3-point advantage. And we got a collision and a push. Deontay Hunt.
That's what you call a garden variety call. In other words, like you're not going to get any argument on that kind of call. It's the 50-50 call where you're going to get an argument.
That's Hunt's 3rd foul. It is the 5th team foul. Eagles have 16 fouls. Neschheim fall away on the baseline.
Intimidated by his opponent.
Sukuma couldn't. Oh, nobody from Whitewater went after that basketball and just made it available to the Eagles. Burke. That was partially blocked by Gates.
It was with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
Driving down the line again, a nice move, and it's again Burke.
You know what, Art? Into traffic, too, and he still came up with it.
1-point game now with Burke hitting the last 2 shots down the line for Whitewater.
High drama now with 2 minutes to go.
Well, it's shaping up like game number 1, an overtime contest that Eagles won.
Sure is. I don't think these fans would mind seeing it in overtime.
Bonus basketball.
Exactly.
Kicks it out. Here's Neschheim. I don't know how many times you want your big guy shooting threes, but he's not afraid to take them.
I know. I'm not sure Coach Dernbach wanted that either.
Kale. Oh, Bailey Kale. That's a second 3-pointer to give Whitewater the lead again. So timeout on the floor. And hopefully, Terry, after we get done with the contest tonight, we're going to be able to get a couple of players to talk to us.
We are. We hope it'll be from the winning Eagles, too.
All right. UW basketball tonight brought to you by Howie's on La Crosse Street. Howie's hometown hangout since 1945. Howie's on La Crosse provides the community with a casual and fun atmosphere with daily food and happy hour deals. Swing in tonight after the game for wings. A pound of wings for only $6. Try their flavor of the month while you're there. That's mango curry. Sweet and spicy. What more could you want? Howie's on La Crosse Street.
I don't think you got to talk me into going to Howie's on La Crosse Street. Of course, they're a sponsor of our football broadcasts. So we're in there during the football season after every home game. And by the way, there's 2 finalists for the football. Matt Janish, the current defensive coordinator and interim head coach. One of them, and that selection should take place.
It's coming down pretty quick, isn't
I
it?
would think in the matter of the next few days.
Ryan Johnson, the owner of Howie's.
Yeah.
Wonderful supporter.
Well, you know him being on the L Club with you.
Well, L Club and also the Explore Lacrosse Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on that. He's involved in a lot of things.
I want to remind you again, on February 22nd, Saturday, hope everybody here and watching here this evening can come as the Eagles end their regular season. Alumni game at noon. The Eagles tip off against Eau Claire at 3, and then Rollo Taylor spaghetti dinner following at the Cleary Center.
Yeah, this could be a back and forth game here. We've got minute 17 left. Eagles now down by 2. Anybody can shoot it, but their favorite player to get it to will be Ethan Anderson. Here's Cook. Wyatt Cook.
Yeah, good. He had him on his back. Excellent entry pass. Stayed with it. Got the foul in the basket.
Wyatt Cook just pushed it down.
Wyatt Cook was the hero when the Eagles played on January 15th. Had 26 points. Key basket here down the stretch.
So Burke is at the line. Cook is at the line. Sam Burke is going to be coming in for him. Shot is off the mark. So we got a tied game. And 1 minute left.
With strategy now.
The coaches earn their paycheck. 63 all. Bailey Kale. Here's Hunt. It's been a thorn in the Eagles' side. Loose basketball on the floor. Riley Jensen. We got a whistle.
Timeout.
Riley Jensen, the big guy, 6'11".
And a good timeout because the shot clock's running out.
Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. UW basketball also tonight brought to you by the Harlem Globetrotters. The world famous Harlem Globetrotters are returning to La Crosse on Thursday, March 26th. They'll be playing at the La Crosse Center. Don't miss the one and only Harlem Globetrotters in an all-new tour. High-flying dunks, hilarious stunts, a new record-breaking attempt, they're telling us.
Ooh.
And they got some family moments that you always enjoy.
Oh, I'm there almost every year, as you well know. With We have 16 grandchildren now. I'm not sure that they're all going to come, but quite a few of them will. And, talking about overtime games, the last time these two teams played, the Eagles winning in overtime. Have the Globetrotters ever played an overtime game?
Oh, boy, that I don't know. The tour is called Pushing the Limits Tour. They're live. Globetrotters at the Center Thursday, March 26th.
Because I don't think the Generals have ever beaten the Globetrotters, have they?
I don't think so. Here we go, 38 seconds. Tie game, Bailey Kale. Fade away, and he's got it.
Oh,
with the shooter roll.
Impressive.
18 points for Kale.
Yeah, right over Sean Suckamel.
And timeout, Eagles. Full timeout. Coach Kent Dernbach wants to set up that shot. 28 seconds, 65-63. Whitewater. Games people play, another UWL sponsor tonight. Supporting local athletics for over 27 years. Games people play. Your one-stop shop for all your team or organizational needs, from custom screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, embroidery, and convenient online team ordering. Games people play carries all your favorite athletic gear, plus the La Crosse Loggers, UWL, and your local high school apparel. Located in La Crosse, and they've got a store in Onalaska.
I've been in that store many times, both Onalaska and La Crosse, and you talk about getting apparel for any school in the area, and if they don't have it, they'll order it. Team orders, retail orders. They just do a great job. Games people play.
Well, the Eagles down by 2. There's 28 seconds. Shot clock's got 27. You would think Ethan Anderson's going to be in the mix here. Tarek Nisheim will be down low. Zach Hayes, see if he comes back into the lineup. He's number 25. He's got the ability for some long and short range shots.
I know that coach is going to give many options on this timeout. I mean, you're certainly not going to identify one player. Could be a 3, it could be inside to a 2, a miss, a foul right away perhaps. And let's see how the strategy unfolds here with 28 seconds.
There we go. Cook inbounds it to Nesheim. Gets it over to Anderson. 25 seconds. Back out. Hayes. Boy, they kind of look like they want to get it to Anderson. There's Nesheim clearing it out, going down the lane. Blocked and a foul. Oh. Offensive foul.
Geez, I don't. Was he inside the arc? Apparently not. Offensive foul.
Nesheim picks up that foul. Fans don't like it.
Whitewater timeout.
And with that timeout, Sam Burke is coming back into the lineup. Another of our UWL basketball brought to you tonight by the Restore Public House Restaurant. Restore Public House, loving gifts, regional dishes, made from scratch using local and seasonal ingredients. Their goal is to provide an atmosphere where laughing out loud with friends and sampling chef-driven fare go hand in hand. Experience your favorite comfort food with a modern twist. Restore Public House. They're located at 1810 State Street. They're right by UWL.
Quite a menu, too. I stopped in there today, and there's seating for 50 people or so, and there's like a dozen stools at the bar, so you have the option of sitting down or sitting at the bar, maybe talking to Augie Weber, the owner, and find out what's going on in the world.
12.8 seconds. Checking in for the Eagles is Sam Burke. Sam's got 3 fouls, but I can imagine him being up front, Terry, and he's one of the guys they're looking to say foul right away.
Exactly.
You know, it's kind of a tough decision who to foul here. You probably want to, if it does get into Riley Jensen, maybe have him get fouled, but between Bailey Kale and Hunt and James Burke, they've been pretty successful with the offensive punch tonight for Whitewater. And here you see the full court pressure being put on. Kale's got it. So they really don't want to foul. Oh, stolen away. Burke has got it.
Should be a foul.
They do call a foul.
Should be. It was.
Oh, it's going to be at Bailey Kale.
You got a double whistle, which is kind of reinforces the foul. Really, is what it does. I like that call, and it needed to get that too.
I think. Am I correct that Zach Hayes tipped that one away to create the turnover?
Yeah.
So just like that, Sam Burke goes to the free throw line. He has not scored tonight.
Wyatt Cook comes back in.
But Sam Burke will go to the line.
Siobhan Shilsom comes in too for the Warhawks, and James Burks comes out.
James Burke at the line. He's only averaging 5 points a game. Oh, he misses it. Oh, that was a big free throw that they really needed. That would have been a 1+1. Cook with a foul.
Coach
Sternbach, take that back.
Keeping his composure. I like that. Keeping his poise.
Dylan Bunders got that foul. He comes out of the game now. They brought him in for the rebounding purposes at 6'6". Nesheim comes back in, as does Sukamel. So the guys that got in there with 7 seconds left in the contest for the three-pointers, and you got Bryante Hunt at the line. He is 3 for 4 from the line tonight. Oh, he misses it. 6 seconds. Cook all the way down. Oh, tipped out of bounds. 1.3 seconds left. Eagles got one more shot at it.
No timeouts left.
No timeouts, so they got to set up the play and bring it in. Sukamel will bring it in, and Sam Burkhart comes in. Burkhart goes in for Wyatt Cook. Big guy is a little bit gassed. They got Ethan Hunt on the far side. They're looking that way first. They need a two-pointer. A lob inside, tip. Nesheim, that was partially blocked.
Didn't look like a foul either.
No. So, contest is 65-63. Whitewater beating UWL. What a game. Reminiscent, Terry. It could have been as well an overtime game with just a little bit of a change in the play.
Well, there's no question that we anticipated a game like this. We anticipated the Eagles on top, but couldn't get a good shot off at the end, and take a rare home court loss.
Well, I think Bryante Hunt, number 15 for the Warhawks, has made them a different looking team.
Boy, he's a game changer and maybe a season changer, no doubt about that.
So it's 65-63 win for Whitewater tonight over UW-La Crosse. We'll take a break and be back right after this on the KQEG Game of the Week.
We are driven. We are active. We are engaged. This is who we are. We are Eagles. Join us at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Tie game, 10 seconds to go. Here's the inbound. Almost turns it over, but a great rebound. 8 seconds to go. Puts the defender in the spin cycle. Here's the jumper at the buzzer. It's good! Chef wins the game!
Chef, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
The Rollo Taylor Spaghetti Fundraising Dinner for the men's basketball program, Saturday, February 22nd after the game.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse. This is Chelsea Lynn.
Hello.
We're Magnum. We do the morning show on the station. We're talking Valentine's Day.
We're talking love.
So guys.
I love you.
I love you too. Guys, Valentine's Day. Chelsea, is it as simple as chocolate?
And wine. Lots of wine. Like maybe an 8-to-1 ratio. 8 bottles per thing of chocolate.
Okay. So I guess it's that simple, guys. Wine and chocolate. And they'll be happy with Valentine's Day. Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse.
Tie game, 10 seconds to go. Here's the inbound. Almost turns it over, but a great rebound. 8 seconds to go. Puts the defender in the spin cycle. Here's the jumper at the buzzer. It's good! Chef wins the game!
Chef, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
The Rollo Taylor Spaghetti Fundraising Dinner for the men's basketball program, Saturday, February 22nd after the game.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse, reading Chelsea with you. Valentine's Day coming up here, guys. Chelsea?
Yes. So, since it's Valentine's Day, I think it would be very good to say things that we love about each other. You go first.
Okay. In all honesty, you're very patient. I like your eyes.
Okay. I like that you warm up my seat in the morning in the studio, if you know what I'm saying.
Mix 96 and 107.3 La Crosse.
Welcome back to UW-La Crosse, where the Eagles lost tonight 65-63 to UW-Whitewater in a tight game. First game between these two clubs. It was a overtime contest. The Eagles won, and I think Briante Hunt and Bailey Kale tonight made a huge difference for this Warhawk basketball team.
Both of them scored a lot. My player of the game, though, for Whitewater, and absolutely Bailey Kale. Not only did he score well, but he had a great floor game, and he entertained all of his fans from La Crosse here in that win.
Bailey Kale ends the game with 18 points. Briante Hunt had 17. 5 points for Austin Gates. Equan Ards, he had 2 points, Terry, and he's averaging 21. He really was not a factor tonight.
No, that was a surprise.
Riley Jensen, the big guy inside at 6'10", had 7. James Burke with 8 points. 2 points for Jack Brom. Trevin Chilslam had 2, and Rocky Martinez into the game with 4. 7 of 17 from three-point range, 8 of 10 from the free throw. Excuse me, three-pointer range, and then free throws were 8 for 10. Whitewater out-rebounded La Crosse 39-32. For the Eagles, Ethan Anderson led the way. Anderson had 19 points. Also, Tarek Nisheim and Zach Hayes, they both had 11 tonight. Those are the kids that were in double figures. 7 points for Wyatt Cook. Luke Norsha had 5, 9 points for Henry Noon, 3 3-pointers. He had a free throw for Sean Sukamel. 10 for 30 from three-point range tonight, 7 of 12 from the free throw line. As we said, 39-32 was the rebounding advantage going to the Warhawks. First half, it was 30-26. Eagles were leading in the second half. Whitewater 39-32 for the final, 65-63.
Boy, the Warhawk defense in that last 2 minutes really came alive, and they made it very difficult for the Eagles to get a good shot off down the stretch. And my player of the game for the Eagles, Ethan Anderson, with 19, the leading scorer tonight and the leading scorer on the season. We're hoping to get a couple players out too, but before we do that, and if we can do that, we just want to encourage you to come and watch the Eagles. They're an entertaining team. They take a break and go against Crown College and step out of the conference next on Saturday at 3 o'clock, and then back to Platteville. And I was here to watch Platteville and La Crosse here a few weeks ago, and Platteville came away with a win. Of course, Platteville, as you said at the beginning, ranked, I think, number 11th in the country.
Yeah, I saw that game, and that was the last shot of the game. Wyatt Cook got stuck up by the shot clock. Got hung up there. Anyway, what else is coming our way on Thursday night? Onalaska at Aquinas. It's a girls' game we'll be bringing to you. A doubleheader on Friday. The Onalaska boys will be traveling to Aquinas, and then Holman at Central. Another boys' game. Then on Saturday, we got the Battle of Border, the Midwest Players Contests that got snowed out. Central will be taking on Minnehaha here at UWL, and Onalaska versus Lakeville North. Another game and a doubleheader. 6 o'clock and 7:30, those games are scheduled for Saturday night. So we're going to take one more break here, and hopefully when we come back, we'll have players from UWL to be able to have a little post-game discussion. 65-63, Whitewater over UWL. Back right after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
We are driven. We are active. We are engaged. This is who we are. We are Eagles. Join us at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Tie game, 10 seconds to go. Here's the inbound. Almost turns it over, but a great rebound. 8 seconds to go. Puts the defender in the spin cycle. Here's the jumper at the buzzer. It's good! Chef wins the game!
Chef, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad.
The Rollo Taylor Spaghetti Fundraising Dinner for the men's basketball program, Saturday, February 22nd after the game.
Well, back with Coach Dernbach after the unexpected, I think, loss to Whitewater. A different team with Briante Hunt, no question about it. But revenge, perhaps part of on the mind of the Warhawks.
Well, they're a good basketball team, right? And that came in here, and we didn't play well. And when you don't play well in this league, you're going to be in a possession game, or you're going to lose. And that's what happened tonight. I mean, plain and simple, Terry, we did not play well. If we won this game on our home court, we would have just stolen it, right? And for whatever reason, that's on me that that we weren't crisp and sharp in the first half, offensively or defensively. Even though we hold them at 26 in the first half, but it's just a quiet, dead 26. Like we just didn't have the ability to play at the level that I expect us to play at, and because of that, we took a tough L on our home court.
I know you have high expectations. I thought in the first half that your defense, you held them at 26 points. I thought your defense was pretty good. You have a different thought, but I thought your offense was a little out of sync.
Well, they pressed us, right? And then they pressed us, and they gave us wide open threes, and we just refused just to grind that thing out and get layups. And when those threes are going, it looks really good, and when they don't go, it gives us an awkward feeling because they're quick possessions. They're really, really quick possessions, and it doesn't make them work at all on the defensive end, and that's what happened. They pressed us, they came down, and we adjusted, and then we would take a lead, and then all of a sudden we fired up another one. And I just wasn't able to get that message across that, hey, we're good enough, guys, to, hey, there's an open shot, you can get it again. You're going to get it again later. I mean, we didn't have a 30-second shot clock violation. We rarely got under 5 seconds. When we did, we got an offensive rebound, I think, there in the second half. But yeah, this one stings, right? To lose on your home court like that.
Well, you're 80% over the last 2 years you've won here. What'd you say to your kids in the locker room?
Really kind of what I just told you there, Terry, that in this league, if you don't play well, you're going to lose. And we did not. We just weren't crisp and sharp, and we allowed 2 guys to get going. One in Bailey Kale, and he was comfortable from the start with it, and then I thought we did a decent job, and then he took over down the stretch, and then those middle stretches there, Hunt we had no matchup for him. We tried 3 different guys on him, and he was able to get to a spot on each of them, and the last one being an offensive rebound putback, and when a guy gets going like that, that's really tough.
As you look to tomorrow's practice, what's the first thing you're going to work on?
Well, we're going to watch film first, and what's tough is that you need to get better, but you also have to stay, you have to stay fresh and going for on Saturday's game. But really, we have to come in. This is some adversity for us, right? We've lost, right? We've lost 2 times prior to this, but this is some serious adversity now that our team is facing, like that, where we just didn't play well, and then you lose. So we have to be able to come back and watch a video and just, hey, where do we want to be? Are we going to be able to respond from this, or are we going to get tougher from this? Or are we going to learn from how the lackadaisical approach that we took to this game, or are we going to learn from it and get better?
Well, Vince Lombardi said, "Tough times never last. Tough people do."
Yeah.
That's a message you're going to share with your kids?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I said you better put your head up high and stick out your chest, because you'll have tougher days in life, certainly than losing at home against Whitewater. So you better be able to fight through some adversity, and we're going to have to show some toughness, and we've done that before, and I expect our guys will do it again.
I saw your body language at the end of the game in the last 2 minutes, where you were calm and poised, sending a message to your team to be the same way.
Well, I mean, if I'm losing my mind, then we're going to probably lose our mind. But obviously it didn't work, right? I mean, at the end of the day, they were able to take a lead, and Bailey Kale's 3 to put them up, put them up 2, and it was great for us to be able to come down and answer that. But then they went right back to it. Couldn't get a loose ball, and they scored on it, and we couldn't convert on the other end.
Art?
Well, I was just going to say this team comes in, it's a rough and tumble league you got playing here. And, my impression was, the kids were trying hard. I mean, they were diving for basketballs. It was tough down with the bigs, because they had some big people.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. I mean, you look at their record and people are like, okay, they're 1-6 coming in. But that's not a reflection of them. No. That's a reflection of our league, right? Somebody has to be that. And it just so happened to be Whitewater. But I think anybody can see, if they watch this game today, that's a good basketball team.
It is.
And we needed to play better. Simple as that. We could have played better, and we are better, and we didn't. And
well, you've had a spectacular year yet, and I know they're going to bounce right back, because you're ranked in the country. And one of the best starts that Eagles have ever seen. It's a credit to you and a credit to the team where they're
Yeah,
at
no,
right now.
I appreciate it. Our goal is to be playing the best basketball in Week 18, and we're at Week 15 right now, and we stumbled, and now we got to come back and protect our home court against Crown on Saturday, and then see where we can be next week against Platteville and Whitewater. Platteville and Oshkosh.
A silver lining maybe to that loss was I have not seen as much excitement, and the number of spectators here just really was encouraging.
Yeah, to get over where we're at. That's a true 650, 700 fans here, and unfortunately we just couldn't have them walk away with the W. And but it'd be great to get them back out here because we do play hard, and I think we play the right way, and we'll find our way here.
And you coach the right way. Last thing too, you step out of the conference, Crown College on Saturday, and then back into the conference at Platteville next Wednesday.
Yeah, Platteville and Oshkosh next week. So certainly it's not going to get any easier in Week 16.
Well, you talked about the character, though. You have the character coming out here, sharing your thoughts here. I know it wasn't easy, but you have lots of supporters here, and I expect the crowd to continue. And UWL is lucky to have you. So thanks for being on the show.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out. This is fun for our program, and fun for our fans to have this type of attention. And so I appreciate you guys taking the time. And yeah, and we'll bounce back. We'll bounce back. It's just a little adversity we have to fight through now.
Yeah, well, thanks for being on the coach.
Thanks for coming out.
Coach, for being on the show. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
Thanks.
So from Mitchell Hall, the final Whitewater 56 and 65. Take my glasses off here, and a tough loss. And it was fun. The inaugural broadcast of UWL Eagle men's basketball. Fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, and having Kent come out, Coach Kent come out for that, I know that's tough. He said, kids just can't come out right now. They just got to think about this a little bit. And he took it on himself, and that showed a lot of character for him to come out here and spend a little time with us.
I want to thank Jesse and Luke, too, for doing a great job, and we enjoyed it. And my friend Art, you did a great job, so thank you.
All right, we're wrapping it up. UW-La Crosse losing to UW-Whitewater tonight, 65-63 in a WIAC conference game. Thank you for joining us tonight on the KQEG Game of the Week.
Thanks for watching Magnum.media, KQEG TV, Channel 23, La Crescent, La Crosse, and WEZY-LP, Sparta, Toma.